Welcome to Cinderella Has Cellulite, a show about love, romance, and how to make it all last. Relationship expert Donna Weitzman draws on her years of experience in and out of the dating game to unwrap the mysteries behind the all-too-familiar fairy tale. Tune in to find out the secrets behind first dates, second marriages, and everything in between. From his friends and her friends to X's and O's. This is Cinderella Has Cellulite. And now, your host, Donna Weitzman.
Good morning, good afternoon. I see it's noon. Hi.
It is noon. Donna, how's it going?
Good, Zach. I have not seen you in a while, and here we are in the new year.
It's been a minute, Donna.
It has been a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. It's been my fault.
A couple weeks. You know, believe it or not, I think, and this is going to sound wacky, I think the last time we recorded was before the Golden Globes. You remember that?
Yes.
It's been that long.
And you were not going to watch them. Did you watch them?
I didn't.
Okay.
I know.
Well,
and I have a defense for this. If I could find them streaming online somewhere, I would.
You know, there is still such a thing as a television.
Really?
I know that, you know, most of you millennials don't know about a television,
Really?
but we baby boomers still watch television.
Really?
That
is fascinating.
But I do read all my news online now. My
Right.
husband thinks that I'm some, like, you know, futurist. Because I actually read all my news
Walking around
online.
with this handheld
But I'd
device.
like to point out that I am a subscriber to the newspaper company, so
yeah?
I don't cheat them. Yeah, it's $10 a month for the Dallas Morning News. Hello, Dallas Morning News.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but I have been on the radio several times since I've seen you.
What have you been talking about?
Sugar babies.
Sugar babies.
Sugar
Okay.
babies. So, do you know what a sugar baby is?
You know-
now, when I was growing up, we used to have a candy bar named Sugar Baby. You don't
Was it
remember
a
that?
candy bar?
And you licked it, lick, and it was
I
caramel.
thought Sugar Babies was like I don't know, a different kind of candy, I guess. I had something
It
else
is.
in my
It
head.
used to be a candy. Well, it's still now. It's eye candy.
Okay.
Sugar babies are kind of the new term. Been around now for a few years, but there are now websites and online dating services that hook up sugar babies with sugar daddies and sugar mamas.
Okay, so for the sake of being a good sport, fill me in. What exactly is a sugar baby?
Well, I'm going to start out with sugar mama because I could be one.
Okay.
In fact, if you and I worked out a deal, which we're not going to, well, maybe we will, but if we worked out a deal where I gave you so much a month to be my companion,
Okay.
and various other things, maybe not, maybe just my companion, and
Sure.
we could just play checkers and chess,
Yeah.
and you could come over at my house and hold my hand, and then you would be a sugar baby.
Watch this television thing you're talking about.
Yeah, watch a real TV.
Got it.
You would be a sugar baby because
Okay.
I would have to pay you for that.
Right.
So in the olden days, we called young men who went out with older women escorts.
Escorts.
But today, they are termed sugar babies because they work out everything up front.
Gotcha.
And sugar babies now usually go online and make themselves available.
As would happen on the internet. See, I thought they would be called sugar babies because they're so sweet.
I don't know how sweet they are, but they do go online onto these websites called, living arrangements, singles arrangements. It usually has the word arrangement in it.
I remember when I was in college seeing an ad for a website called datacougar.com.
There you go.
And it was weird because I was
Did you do
living
it?
on I was living on campus at the time, and all I could think was, man, what brilliant advertising to young college men. Like, perfect. Datacougar.com. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, these are growing. Sugar babies and sugar mamas and daddies are growing in numbers online.
Yeah.
And so I spent about 7 radio shows this week talking from, San Diego, and once again, my favorites in Des Moines and all the way over on the East Coast. And we talked about sugar babies. And one thing we learned is there are about 2.5 million sugar babies. And these are people generally 35 down to 22. We hope they're at least 22 because if they're young, or 21, because if they're younger than that, there's some legality in this.
Okay.
Like being illegal. But if they're 21 to about 35, then they're generally termed a sugar baby.
Okay.
And they are looking for someone to enhance their lifestyle. It might be to pay part of their college or all of their college, but they're looking for a monthly stipend generally.
And this is like an industry.
It's and growing. As I said, about 2.5 million sugar babies are now online.
Really?
Looking for an arrangement. There's about 500,000, which blows me away, sugar mamas, which which would be my age.
Well, that's not exactly even. You got 500,000 sugar mamas and 2.5 million sugar babies.
Yes, but
Just
you
people looking for
also
love.
have about 1.5 million sugar daddies.
I see. That's where that number comes from. Yeah.
So there's about 4 million or so
Sure.
online and growing. And a lot of the dating websites now have an offshoot of livingarrangements.com, all these kinds of things.
For
so
more
this
like
is
permanent solutions?
well, no, they're generally the difference in it and prostitution. I know you.
I was going to ask that, but I didn't want to,
Well, they asked me that on the radio. The difference is that the sugar baby only has one partner generally. It's generally a monogamous situation.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well, that cuts down your profits.
Yes, well, yeah, but you got to be available.
Well, that is true.
Because,
Yeah.
your time is their time.
Right.
And so if your sugar daddy's going out for a party and wants some eye candy on his arm, you've got to be available to go.
Sure.
So they generally just take a monogamous relationship, and it generally lasts, maybe a few months, maybe a few years. Now,
So this is going to sound very, very monopolistic of me, but how much money are we talking about?
it always comes down to sex and money, doesn't it?
What do these babies make?
Okay, well, the average cost
Sure.
of obtaining and having a sugar baby for your availability.
Sure.
If you're in the middle part of the United States, a little cheaper, so generally $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
Oh. Oh, really?
If you're on the West Coast, sugar babies
Whoa.
generally go for about $10,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah. So it's
I live in
always
the wrong
higher
place.
inflation on the West because you can go out on the ocean and see the views and that sort of thing.
Obviously, this is something nobody should do. This is terrible.
Well, I think it's terrible psychologically.
Maybe. A little bit.
Because if you were my sugar baby, later on when you have your girlfriend that you do now, would you tell her that you had been my sugar baby?
You're right. This is terrible psychologically.
Yeah, you can't win on this.
No.
Because if you tell her you've been my sugar baby, she's not going to respect you probably. If you don't tell her, you've already got a secret in your relationship that you live in fear of somebody finding out.
You got to go out in the open. It's the only way to go. You're right. Like at least you're not lying at that point. At least you told him what was up.
Right, but you're probably going to go through a few people before somebody says, it's okay with me that my husband has been a sugar baby to
Right.
an older woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it really does something to our sugar baby's self-esteem.
Sure.
They've really sold themselves out for money. And a lot of them use that money for good reasons. I mean, they pay off their college loans. That's one of the most popular ones. But some just want a designer handbag or, great trips
Sure.
to Europe or, so they enhance their lifestyle. But anyway, that's what I've been talking about all week.
I've definitely got college loans.
I hope Zach is not reconsidering.
We should move on.
Knowing
Yeah,
him,
no.
I don't think he is.
This is not a good idea.
But if your daughter or son is considering being a sugar baby, discourage them. Tell them to wait longer to pay off their loans, refinance, and let's keep our young people psychologically healthy.
There's plenty of other ways to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been talking about all week, and all of the radio hosts and I agreed it's a sad situation.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, but we've got a good situation here today.
We do. And I want to talk about the lead up to this. I think this
Okay.
is important.
All
the
right.
last time we talked to these two guests was in September 28th at the Hollywood to Bollywood Art Show at
my
the
gosh.
Lolly Art Group. It has taken from September to now, the end of January,
To get our guests?
to get the stars aligned to get them here.
This is why, for you readers and listeners and viewers, it takes us a long time to get our special people on here because these are special people.
Yeah,
that
we're not
come
just
on our
bringing
show.
anybody in here, all
No,
right?
we
This
don't
is-
go down and get them off of the freeway. We're right next to Dallas Tollway.
We
and we
are.
see a lot of people, but we have special people. And today we have Steve Kemble and Chad. It's Collom.
Collom.
Yeah, I want to make sure I say that right. Collum. Chad Collom and Steve Kemble with a K.
Yes.
Steve Kemble. And a lot of you know Steve and Chad out. They're busy out in the community. Like you said, it's taken, 5 months to get them here?
Yeah.
Well, we would have done it a lot quicker had Zach accepted our sugar baby friend request.
That's very...
This is Steve
That
Kemble.
explains that email.
You can see why they're a hot ticket of the social scene in Dallas. These guys are not boring.
Now it
Okay?
all makes sense.
Steve and Chad, welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to
Oh,
our
thank
podcast
you.
today.
It's great to be here.
You know, we love to talk about culture, and
Yeah.
we love to talk about current things like sugar babies
Mm-hmm.
and all the other things we've talked about on our website, because we want people to be in the know of what happens out there in the real world. You know,
Yes,
we're not just you know, Fox News or CNN. I mean, we're about real people, real time.
Yes,
And
this is not fake news.
This is not
Not
fake
at
news.
all.
That's absolutely the truth.
No fake news.
Yeah, and no fake fingernails even. I don't think. Let me see.
Well-
no, you chew yours.
legit.
Not today,
Yeah.
not today.
Not today. Yeah.
But you two are in love, right? I mean,
Yes.
now let's don't have a fight right here
He's
on.
so in love with me.
He's so lucky, isn't he? Do you think he's lucky, Chad?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach. Zach,
fortunate.
what about Steve? You
I think you're lucky you have each other.
Yes, they
Oh,
are.
good
Yes, they
answer.
are.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I love being a sugar baby.
Yeah.
Well, this must mean Steve is quite a bit older than you.
Right.
We don't have to talk age.
No.
Hey,
Well, he's really put together well.
Thank you.
Tell us how you found each other out in this world.
We actually met before we started dating. We met probably a couple years before through just mutual friends.
Social,
And-
social events.
Yeah, just brief,
Did you
hi.
just run into each other, or did somebody say, hey, I know a guy that you're going to really like?
Well, we would meet each other socially, like at big cocktail parties and
Yes,
charity
because
events.
they're the
and-
hottest ticket in town.
Yeah, and
Zach.
nonprofit. And then we
We-
officially, formally, really met and talked for the first time. Is Chad was in New York at Tara Harper. People have probably heard that name.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
fabulous.
yeah,
at D
yeah,
Magazine.
yeah.
At Tara Harper's birthday party in New York.
Oh, wow.
You
I
guys?
know. I just so happened to be doing Steve Noviella with Fox 4. I was doing his wedding in New York to Doug at the same time.
Okay.
So Tara was like, why don't you come over to my birthday party? I was like, well, I got Steve's and Doug's rehersal dinner. They did a fabulous
little
wedding
busy.
in Central Park.
Little
And I
bit.
said,
Oh, why didn't I get
Central
oh,
invited?
it was fabulous. But then
Are they still together?
Yes.
Wherever you are out there, don't
Yes.
forget.
Yes,
Donna Arp
Steve
Weitzman,
and
Zach
Doug.
Lewis.
That's
yeah.
true. Come
They're
on.
Y'all
ama-
should bring them
they're
in because
amazing.
We should get them on the
people.
show.
yes, because they've
So
actually
amazing.
adopted a child as
Yes.
well.
Oh
yeah,
my
y'all should
gosh,
really.
that'd be
They're fabulous.
wonderful.
Yeah, they're
Wonderful.
fabulous.
No
Steve,
more
y'all
weddings.
get in.
No
Yeah,
more weddings in New York without our team coming.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
So
in fact,
yes.
we're doing the bridal show this weekend.
Yeah. The bridal show's
Right? We
are.
fabulous.
Yeah, we're
They
gonna-
invited us to do the bridal show, so we're going to be there live
Oh,
talking
that'll
to
be
brides
so
and grooms.
fun.
Yeah.
Bridezillas.
Brides,
Yeah.
yes, we are. So you went to the.
So
you
I
had the
ended up
wedding.
going to the party late,
Yeah.
and we met, and I found out that he was no longer with the person that he used to be with.
And he was no longer with his
But-
person.
So
I
you
was
were both
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
And then we came back to Dallas, and we had dinner.
We started out private Facebook message. Then we started texting.
Okay.
Finally, we had dinner. That was in September, and we had dinner the first time in November.
Now, how long ago?
3 years.
3
years ago in
years.
November.
Do you know, and Zach knows this because he and I have talked about relationships now for a long time.
Yes.
But your chances of making it is much better than average. And the reason for that is you had a mutual friend introduce you.
Yeah.
That is
I agree.
it ups your chances rather than going online and finding someone. Those do work.
Yeah.
But having someone introduce you that you both like ups your chances of making it as a couple.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I've never done that online thing. I never did it
Really?
my
Don't lie.
entire
Don't
life.
lie.
And
Now, Chad,
no, I never have.
Chad,
I haven't.
I've never. Well, there was that farmers.com at
Right.
one time. No, I've never done that. But I know.
Well, you don't have to
I know
now.
so many people that have done that.
Oh,
though.
well,
me
about
too,
50%
yeah.
of available
I know.
singles go online.
And probably seriously, like 8 couples that I know have gotten married.
There you go.
Yeah.
Off meeting online.
Do you think in the gay community that more people go online? I don't know this. This is not a setup question because
I
I don't. Zach, do you know?
I know.
I don't think.
I
I
think-
think it's
for a hookup?
for a hookup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Grinder.
so do
Grindr,
they
yeah.
use Grinder and Tinder and Bumble? And
I don't think it's more.
You don't think it's more? You think
but
it's about the same?
Probably more.
Right.
Yeah,
But we
about the
we
same.
do know some people that have had a short-term relationship that met on
Oh, yeah.
Grinder.
Of course.
Didn't work out.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Your
it didn't work
chances
out.
are so
Yeah.
much
Right.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell us. Okay, so you came back to Dallas. You
Yes.
started dating. How long
Yes.
did you date?
We dated. Well, we started with dinner dates for like what, a couple months.
Yeah.
No, we went to, and then we went on our first trip together
I
in
love
December.
it.
And
He
I always
goes-
tell people if
Here we
you
go.
really want to find out if you like someone,
Go
travel
somewhere.
with them.
Yes.
You'll be like, right?
He snores.
But you know what? When we got to New York, he got a call, and he had to leave me in New York and go to Washington because Nancy Kerrigan. It was something they needed him last minute, and
I was
like,
doing a skating event with
well, that
them.
worked out.
I know. So we flew to New York, and I was like, I have to go to D.C.
Oh.
So I called one of my friends, Jackie Bernstein, in New York.
love
I said, can you
Jackie.
please go out with Chad, take him to the Radio City Music Hall, blah, 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 and I'll be back.
He liked you instantly.
Yeah, I had to go
Oh,
up,
yeah. It
did
was
this
great.
Nancy Kerrigan skating thing, and I told Chad, I was like, you're not going to believe this, but I have to go do this with Nancy Kerrigan.
I go,
was-
I've never heard that before.
Right, but I was like, why me? Why me? Why do I have to go? But so I went.
Steve, tell us what you do, because you do live this really interesting, fun, glamorous lifestyle.
Oh, I love life. It's even better with Chad now. But
There you go. There you
But
go.
I do.
And you too.
Yeah. Oh, I do all things lifestyle. I do fashion, parties, weddings, literally all over the world.
That's why you knew how to tie my
Yes, and you look fabulous
scarf.
today.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Your
Thank
colors
you.
are, I love purple.
I'm way out there today.
Yeah, so I do lots of weddings. I do lots of big parties.
Okay.
Social, nonprofit,
Okay.
corporate.
So you plan the party,
Plan them, produce them.
and produce the party.
Yep. I am actually, like I tell people, they're like, now what do you mean when you say that you plan parties and produce parties? It's just, I always refer to it as I'm the general contractor.
Yeah.
For example, if the general contractor is building your home, they're hiring the electrician, the plumber.
You bring
all
the florist and
exactly.
the music and the food and the
And make it a fabulous occasion.
I love it. I love it.
Love to have a party in the
know.
new studio.
Well, we
Okay,
got
that's an idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Zach. Let's tell the viewers about our
perfect.
new studio.
Yes. this
And
will
we do
be-
need to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, this will be the last. As far as I know, this will be the last episode that we record in the studio. We'll get a new one
Cinderella
next time.
has Cellulite is growing.
I
true.
love
We're
it.
getting a new
Yay.
studio.
Expanding, new
Yeah.
cameras, new. Well, these are the new.
Is it going to look like a
microphones,
big coach? Will it
That's-
be like gold?
that's
like a
what
big
I'm going for.
Cinderella coach. Gold
And
like
I'll
that?
only wear pink.
Right?
There you go.
Do you dress the
Pink
people?
every day.
Do
Oh,
you-
yeah. Oh, definitely. I always
Okay.
help with that. I love that.
I need a good dresser. I need
Really?
some- yeah.
Yeah, you need-
absolutely.
always so
well, you
important.
better start with trying to find your wedding dress.
Oh, that's
You were
right.
telling us that story.
Well, I was telling it, and then I wanted Chad to tell us about him. But I was telling that we're going to be at the bridal show tomorrow. This
Tomorrow,
bridal show is
yeah.
big
Yeah.
in
Oh, it's
Dallas.
huge.
Big,
Right, yeah.
And Zach and I are going to be there for a podcast. And my husband and I, 6 years of marriage, have been asked. I don't know if this is a compliment or an insult to be the older couple going down the runway wearing a bridal
I love
outfits.
that.
Well, I can't find my wedding dress. So Michael Faircloth, if you're out there, he did a lot of my wedding dress. I need Michael Faircloth to call me and let me know if he's got my wedding
Right.
dress.
Or if he can make another one.
Yeah, between now and
Real
tomorrow.
fast.
Gonna need a patch job, Mike.
If not, my cream colored dress is going to turn into black.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's a very popular wedding color now,
Is
believe it or
is
not.
it really?
Is
So it
it?
would be
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but do older women wear black when they get
Yes,
Really?
everybody's wearing it.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
popular wedding trend
What
now.
is the wedding trends right now?
I mean, I always like the more beautiful colors. You know, like lavenders and purples, and there's lots of oranges, lots of yellows. We can always tell because what happens is whatever is the hot color on the runway. For example, this year, whatever
Yeah.
the hot color was
This is
year,
going to be a big color
yeah,
this year. Lavender.
because then it like a year or 2 years later becomes the wedding color. Because what happens is these brides don't put it all together, but what happens is they see it on all these magazine covers, and all of a sudden they're like, I want yellow, because they see it on every fashion
so it
magazine.
sort of goes
kind of
in-
processes
in.
in.
here. Yeah.
It kind of gives
Same
us a
with
head
flowers
start.
and things
Exactly.
too, right?
Oh,
Same
yeah.
with
Exactly.
flowers. Yeah. Chad, tell us
Yes.
about you.
I have been in Dallas for like 20 years.
Where are you
probably.
from?
Originally East Texas.
Tell them where you were born, what city you were
God.
born in.
Queen City.
Where is that? Where
Queen
is
City,
Queen?
Texas.
I love it.
It is like 20 miles south of Texarkana. Most people know where that is.
I know where
There's-
Magnolia, Arkansas is.
Yeah, it's
Is
close.
it close?
Kind of close.
I
yeah.
love that name.
Magnolia.
For you from Magnolia,
Or Queen City.
Arkansas, or Queen City.
Queen City.
Email us
City.
right now. Go into CinderellaCellulite.com
Yes.
or Donna Arp Weitzman. Go on Facebook and email us, or go on Facebook and let us know, because you may know Chad or he may know your family. So you came to Dallas.
Yeah, well, I actually moved to California for several years. I was in San
Oh.
Francisco for a long time, and then I was just playing, and then I moved to Italy and modeled some, and just around.
Wow,
Finally,
he
I
is
decided,
so good looking
Oh,
too.
no, you're
Steve is
sweet.
too.
That sugar baby. I got to keep my lips up. That sugar baby.
He's a sugar daddy, right?
No,
Mama. No.
He's a sugar mama. Well, that reminds me, I don't want to get off on what you were doing because we're going to go back, but I do have to ask a question. My hairdresser always tells me in the gay community there are people known as queens.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that still a common?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Very much.
what is a queen? Do you know, Zach?
No.
Okay.
I would say a queen could be any age, but it's about the attitude.
Okay.
You know, like a
Is it
bitchy
sort
queen.
of, is it sort of a male Zsa Zsa Gabor attitude?
Yeah.
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 Is
I
that
could
sort
see
of
that
what
part.
it is?
Yeah.
It could be like a
Like hello,
Joan
Dolly.
Collins,
Hello,
like
Dolly.
diva-ish,
Joan Collins.
diva-ish.
Share,
Prissy.
share a little bit. Share maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw a little
yeah.
Cher in there.
Tina
Yeah.
Turner. Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just
Who
kind of
else?
going down
Oh.
my. What about Mariah Carey? No.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That would just be a B.
Poor Mariah.
I know,
We
Mariah. I'm
really
like,
never give
I
Mariah
like
a break.
oh my
Mariah.
gosh. Oh god. We were in Capri, Italy.
In Capri.
Yeah.
Zach,
Was it-
what a lifestyle.
Was it last year?
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so this restaurant that we were at was like just blaring
music.
Mariah Carey music.
Okay,
Right? And
okay.
so we asked the waiter, we're like, okay, so that's like enough of the Mariah Carey stuff.
Yeah, we can't
He
take
goes,
it.
was
he goes, well, she's going to be coming in, and she makes us play her music really loud when she walks in. So
Really?
everybody-
That's
a diva.
That's a diva.
That's a queen.
Yeah. That's a diva queen bee.
That's fantastic.
In Dallas, do we have a lot of divas?
Yes.
Male and female?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm
We
sure.
do?
Yeah.
As many as California? I don't mean in number, but in percentage
I
or
want to say
whatever.
Dallas might have more.
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't know. You know,
Really?
it's like
Yeah.
Because we got, I see all these glamorous parties you
Yes,
guys are at,
yeah.
and there's just people dressed over the top. I love
That's
it.
what I love about
I
Dallas.
love
that
People in
about
Dallas
Dallas.
still
I
dress.
love
They
it.
still dress.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
It's so great.
And
love
keep
it.
doing it, folks.
Yes,
Keep doing
yes.
it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because we don't want to look like the East Coast. Sorry. Should I say that, Zach?
Should we not look like the East Coast?
Well, sometimes they look a little grungy up there.
Steve, you're a world traveler. Chad, you are too. What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And the West Coast too.
Yes, very much.
Because you go into a corporate office, for example, in San Francisco, and everybody's in jeans and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Literally.
Gray T-shirts.
Yeah, and you come into a corporate office in Dallas, for example, and there's still like men in suits, women are dressed.
They have on makeup. They have on makeup.
I love that. I love it. I think
That's why Neiman Marcus at North Park. Hello, Neiman Marcus. I love you.
We love you.
Yes.
Love you, Neiman.
That's why
Yes.
they still have big makeup counters.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
goodness.
huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Downtown Neiman's and Willow Bend and
Yeah.
And
Fort Worth
I do agree with what people say that when you get up in the morning and you dress up, you just
Yeah.
feel good about yourself.
do. Oh, yeah.
You feel
It makes
more
a difference.
confident. You feel more.
You
I
know
love
what
it.
makes a difference, Zach?
What's that?
Brushing your teeth.
Yes, Zach. When are you going to start
When
doing
you and
that?
Hey, easy,
Right?
easy. I brush my teeth. I'm
Look
fine.
at him. He
Your,
looks
your
great.
breath is like it smells like
No,
sugar babies.
it's coffee.
Zach, are you Irish?
No, English, very English.
Because Zach
Yeah.
is an Irish name, right?
Lewis is very English. Lewis.
But look, you
L-E-W-S?
have on the Irish look. It
It's
looks
very
great.
very Christmas today.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's
I
like a
like
tart.
it.
It's like a
Love the
tartan.
jeans.
It's like a tartan.
Look how cool he
class.
looks. Let's get a picture of Zach.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got on
A matching
the-
socks.
Okay, here's
and-
Zach
love
and me.
your shoes.
Here's the
Leather-
difference
all right,
in a
hold on,
baby
let me-
boomer
There
and
we
a
go.
millennial.
Oh, look at the socks. Oh, matching socks. Did that come as a set?
figured it out. No, I
look,
bought these.
look at the difference, guys. A baby
did the
boomer's
work.
got on lavender,
fine.
vanilla
Yes.
bonnets. He's got on tennis
Oh,
shoes.
yeah.
Do you love it?
I
And
love 'em.
socks.
Hey, they're leather tennis shoes.
I
Yeah.
love
Oh,
it.
yes.
Leather.
Yes, because it may rain
Oh, those
today.
cotton.
Zach is hot today.
I got it all figured out.
Sorry, young women.
Yeah.
Sorry, millennials.
Dark jeans.
Sorry,
Dark
millennials.
jeans, yes.
Or sugar mamas.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
sugar mamas.
Yeah.
We're about to pimp you out.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this show.
It is a great show.
We're gonna pimp Zach out
gonna be
and
a
make
mess.
him pay our Neiman Marcus bill.
Yeah.
That all makes sense.
Let's go back to Chad. Here's Chad. He is now moving from San Francisco to Dallas.
Yeah,
what happened?
I got in. I got into the medical field.
Okay.
And I ended up going to school at Texas Women's University. Got my nursing degree.
Oh, wow.
Then worked at Big Baylor neonatal
Baylor?
ICU for a while.
How
and then
fun.
I always loved psychiatry.
Okay.
And I found there was a
Have you talked to our president? No.
Yeah.
Just teasing.
I
I'm
can't
only teasing.
Yeah.
Slip in a political jab there.
I can't fix that.
We have one? No,
I'm teasing.
I'm not. No.
But you can talk to me too. But psychiatry
that.
is so great. So tell
Yeah.
me, how did
So-
you get into it?
I found out there was a psychiatric nurse practitioner program in UT Arlington,
Okay.
which was amazing when I went. And
So
so
it's
I,
a good program.
Yeah, and so you get your master's, did that, and then you get out of school. In Texas, you have to have a collaborating physician.
Okay.
But you
Would it be
write
a
prescriptions.
psychiatrist then?
Yeah. And so then about 2009, I went back and got my doctorate in nursing practice.
Wow.
So I have a
So
private
not
practice
only is he
now.
highly cute and charming, but he's really, really intelligent.
Yeah, and it saves you a lot of money too instead of having to go to
You
see
don't even
someone.
have to
No.
go to see a therapist.
He's a whole package.
Right.
No, you need to see.
Okay.
Love you.
I think they're going to make it.
I think they're gonna figure
Oh,
this
yeah.
out.
I think
Yeah.
they're going to make it.
Love it,
couple
Laverne and
winners,
Shirley
and
style.
so do you still work
Mary
in that
Tyler Moore.
field?
I do, yeah. I have a
Yeah, Mary
private
Tyler Moore.
practice. I do medication management and with, like supportive therapy for ADD, adults, ADD, depression, anxiety, some schizophrenia, bipolar.
And do you have, being in that field, you have a PhD in psychiatry or?
No, I have it's a DNP. It's a doctorate in nursing practice.
Okay.
It's new. It came out around 2008.
Wow.
And it's more of a clinical focus
Okay.
doctorate.
Okay. So can I come see you? I mean, in
You sure
reality.
can.
Right?
Anytime.
Is
So
that
you're
something we can actually
licensed
do?
to take
yeah.
patients,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and primarily you do drug-related kinds of
Yeah,
things, or
usually just mostly medication management. I have a lot of adult ADD, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety,
Yeah.
with the last couple of years
yeah.
in
Well,
the world.
anxiety,
Seen the news lately?
anxiety
Yeah. Yeah.
is on
There's so much.
really
Yeah.
growing. Yeah. And I guess depression's growing as well,
It is.
right?
And it's interesting to see the social media aspect over the years.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, how that really affects people that, they think, like, people look at our Facebook, they always say, you're always out every night, you're always on a trip. And I was like, that's so deceiving.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
I'm home in
such
my
a
pajamas.
homebody. Yeah, we both are. I mean,
You
really
know, I
are.
sort of am too. People don't believe that, but I love being home.
Me too.
And I have like the scrappiest things that I wear at home. My husband's like, "Is that the person I
Did you
married?"
say strappy?
Scrappy.
Oh, scrappy.
Scrappy. Yeah, they're like,
I get it.
icky things like flannel and
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
night I had on a red striped old shirt that went down to my knees and
I
I put
love that.
flannel pants on underneath
That's
it.
hot. I love it.
And I have all the Uggs. I have
is made out of
every
flannel.
color Ugg in the world.
Uggs have come back.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Uggs have
And they're
big come
fancy.
back.
They're like
Uggs
so
are back,
different.
really?
Yes, Uggs are back.
And there's
What
like,
happened?
My
Where have I
Uggs.
been?
Listen, I have navy blue Uggs, lavender Uggs,
oh yes, you gotta have that.
camel Uggs,
Camel Uggs.
black Uggs. I have every color Uggs.
Every
Yeah,
Ugg.
they've really made
I
a
love it.
comeback.
Oh my God! And I wear them to Starbucks in the morning. Now. I
Yeah.
just wear them right out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start wearing my pajamas to
There you go.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
You should.
Some people do.
A lot do.
True.
Well, tell us if you have advice. I know we're about to wrap up. I can tell from Zach's body movements.
true.
I've been with him so
I'm
long.
bummed. This is almost the end of the
I
show.
know.
I know.
Why is it the end?
It just
Because
started.
I can
Zach,
tell.
put some more tape in that thing.
Right?
How does
Zach
that
start-
work?
Keep this thing rolling.
When Zach's chair starts going like this, I
Yeah.
know we're getting close.
Yeah.
I want you to
Start
tell us
getting
the secret to the gay community of finding permanent or at least semi-permanent relationships, because there are a lot of divorces in the gay,
Yeah.
as there are in the heterosexual community as well. But do you have any advice or anything you can share with us?
I would say, on my part, communication and
Good.
honesty. I mean,
There's
I know
that,
it
there's that
sounds,
Honesty.
psychiatrist.
but it really is. It's like communication. And since we've been together, we've talked about this, and my friends and family have seen it too. Just he's been helped me, and I mean, we're all a work in progress. But it's been just such a great relationship because we really communicate, and that's a teaching thing for me.
This guy's so mentally healthy.
Yes.
And what's so cute about Chad, you're
you're not. So
you
you're
don't
the perfect pair.
You don't see this, Steve, but I do. When he talks about you, his eyes light up.
Yeah.
It's the
I
cutest
love
thing. Have
that.
you noticed that,
Yeah,
Zach?
it's sweet.
It's so cute. All
love
right,
it.
tell us, Steve.
I agree. I think it's honesty, and I think
Yeah.
especially in the gay community, and it's probably the same way in
Every
the hetero
community.
community is. It's like I think you have to be really, really, really honest with people. And if you're out one night and you're like looking for whatever, like be honest about that because
Yeah.
somebody else may be looking for.
Do you
I wanna
just say
find
I'm
somebody.
looking for love?
Yeah, I think
love
you say
that.
that. I
Yep.
think
That
you can
is so
say
healthy.
that.
It's
yeah.
so simple, really,
Yeah.
but people make it so.
And just say
difficult.
Clandestine. And,
Yeah.
and as I was saying to Zach, the more secrets that you keep from each other,
Yep.
the more acerbic and bad it is for acidic, I should say, for your relationship.
right,
It's like
exactly.
poison.
Yeah, it is. It's like a
acidic.
poison,
Yeah.
and it grows.
Yeah.
So, Zach, what do you have that you want to ask these two? It's taken us 5 months to get on their social calendar. 5 months.
Well, I wanted to follow up your question about your statement about secrets. Are there occasionally little secrets, little white lies you should keep to yourself, little things?
Do you?
Or is it completely open, everything's on the table?
I would always say yes, but with him, I don't feel that way.
I know. I don't think we have any secrets.
No, I
No?
don't think we do.
All right.
I love
mean,
that.
we're really.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about millennials, Zach, the heterosexual?
I think sometimes we like to keep things to ourselves.
You do?
Yeah.
You have some dark secrets or
No.
just secrets?
No, I don't have secrets. I'm fine.
As he's chewing his nail, as your girlfriend is watching this show.
Let's shift the
Right.
spotlight off me. Yeah.
Well, let's don't forget, we have a whole studio here. We do
Yes.
have Matt over there who's not said anything.
Matt doesn't have a
Hey,
microphone
Matt.
this time.
Matt has
Yeah,
no
he's over
microphone.
there.
He's just listening. So, anything else, Zach, before we let this cutest couple in Dallas
I think
go?
we need to do this again.
I would love
You
it.
think,
Yeah.
you
So
think
fun.
we
It's
need
so
to
fun.
follow?
I think you
How
guys
long
should
is it
be
going to take
returning
us to
at
get on
some
your
point.
social calendar?
We'll see.
Well, hopefully
you.
not. No, hopefully not 5 months.
We'll see you in
No,
6 months.
Right?
Yeah.
We have to come see the new studio.
You do have to
Yes.
come see the new
He's
studio.
got to do the
Please
party.
He does.
Yes,
See,
yes.
he's a good
That's an idea.
promoter.
Yeah.
I
Steve.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we are going to have a new studio. Tell us
Yes.
about it, Zach. We're excited.
well,
Cinderella's moving.
right,
She's in her coach.
We are doubling our space. We're gonna have 2 studios, one a little bit more casual, one a little bit more like this, little like table and mics and stuff. We're currently working on decorating. So if anybody's got any ideas, hit me with them because I went to radio
There you
school
go.
and I'm not the most creative individual, believe it or not.
Well, I think we need some high
so,
heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
High
That's an
heels.
idea. Yeah.
Some
Yes.
big hearts for our love and relationship segment.
Oh wow, that'd be really sweet.
Lots of orange Hermes
Yeah.
boxes,
We
like
need
you brought in a while ago.
yes,
And maybe
yes,
maybe a
Hermes
fun,
scarf.
energetic
Yes.
color.
Uh-huh.
Not
Okay.
Not
so
black
much.
and cream.
Yeah, not so much baby.
Oh, I'm trying to convince him to come in and let me paint on a Saturday. I'm like, can we paint this studio a certain color? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, we're
Yeah.
excited about moving. We're
very
excited about
exciting.
our listeners. Zach, let's see. We need to tell our listeners how to
find
find us,
us. Yeah.
and how to find this wonderful, wonderful interview with Chad and Steve
Well,
that
we
we've
should,
had
we
so
should
much
start
fun.
with the two of you. How do people find you? What
How
do you
do they
got
find
going on in
you
your
guys?
life? Yeah, shameless plug. What do you got?
Okay. You can put Chad Collom, Collom, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
So Chad Collom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chad
And
Collom.
if you have psychological problems, you need to go to that right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll be flooded with
Oh,
with
yeah.
people.
Yes.
Steve, tell
you can
us about-
find me at Steve Kemble. That's Kemble on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Oh, and we should also tell people too. They should follow our daughter Laverne.
right.
Oh my God.
At,
Laverne.
at Laverne's World. She's a little Chihuahua.
Oh,
Chad
fantastic.
rescued her, and she's absolutely adorable. But she has an Instagram at Laverne's
and
World.
she got a
Right?
job through her Instagram.
She got
Steve
a
got her
job.
job.
Yes.
It's dog vitamins for elderly dogs.
how
Yep.
old is
Yeah.
Laverne?
She's about
8.
probably 8. I rescued her. They thought she's like 3 when I rescued her. So.
See, I have a little male dog, and he's 3, but he likes older women.
well,
So
he's a sugar.
He's a sugar baby. Believe me, if there was ever a sugar baby,
puppy.
it would
Yeah,
be my
sugar
Tucker.
puppy. He's a sugar pup.
He is a
Well,
sugar puppy.
Laverne would be more than happy. She likes younger men.
She has a brother Leo.
Yeah.
too.
Uh-oh, what's
Leo's
Leo going to
about-
say?
Leo's in his own world.
Oh, Leo's,
he's,
yeah, totally.
he's probably 3.
What kind of dogs are
Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
They
my
travel
gosh.
with us
They travel
everywhere.
with us everywhere. They're fabulous.
Oh,
They
it's
loved
so cute.
Aspen. They were like, the snow. was great.
This powerful duo has just been in Aspen.
I know.
I'm
Yes.
sure
Love
Aspen
it.
will never be the same.
It was
but-
fabulous.
Amazing.
Yes. We saw all of Dallas there.
Yep.
Of course,
Really?
the first person we saw in all of his glamour was Joe Pachetti.
Yeah.
Of course
Well,
you
I mean,
did.
he looked fabulous. Diamonds everywhere. Diamond
wow.
Joe.
I saw you,
Diamond
Joe.
Joe.
I saw
Joe's
Joe.
fabulous.
I saw him in Aspen, and he looked wonderful. And I'm sure everybody was gaga over,
Oh,
these,
yeah. Oh, he's
over his
amazing.
diamonds.
Oh my,
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
gosh, they
Yeah.
were
He's such a
fabulous.
great person.
We need Joe to come on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
yeah. Oh, he's
You
got
do.
such amazing
He
storytelling.
does. We need
Yeah.
him to come on the show.
Joe Pachetti.
Joe Pachetti.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Once you know Joe, you will never ever forget Joe because he
He's
is a fabulous
Love
person.
it.
really is.
Sure.
Any other advice for our gay community or just advice in general? I didn't know we had a therapist on,
Right.
and I knew we had a party guy on.
I always say the number one thing: communication. Anybody relationships.
keeps
That is
telling
like
us.
it's number one.
That's what I keep saying too. I totally agree.
And enjoy life. Don't think.
Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
not take stuff too serious.
There you go.
You know, but
Have
that comes
fun.
with age. I think.
Have
Yeah, take
fun,
fun, enjoy
laugh,
life.
know that tomorrow will be different.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep
Yeah.
looking forward, not backwards.
Yes.
All those things do work.
They do.
They do work. Zach, what have you got to add before we say goodbye to our listeners?
I was going to say how people can find us.
Why don't you tell them and tell them
Yes.
slowly?
If you okay, I'll slow down.
He says it so fast. My
I
listeners
rattle
are
right
like,
through this
"What
thing."
did he say?"
Rapid fire. Yes, if you're listening to this show now on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to keep up with us and get a new show every other Monday. If you're on iTunes, do the same. Rate and review us. That helps people see the show. It would be a big help for us. Follow
Please,
us on
please,
Facebook
please.
at Cinderella Has Cellulite. And if you want to be involved in the show, if you have somebody who might be single and need a date, if you want to say what you thought of Steve and Chad, reach out at cinderellahascellulite@gmail.com and let us know what you thought.
Go to Facebook. Go to Twitter.
Yes.
I'm on Twitter, Donna Weitzman, and we're on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, and buy Donna's new book. We
Yes,
didn't even-
yes, my new book is
Yes.
out. Yes,
Yay.
yes,
That's
yes,
a
yes.
thing.
My new book, The Wind Blew Innocent, it's a memoir, and it has a little bit of interesting things in it. It's not your same old, she did everything perfect in her whole life. It's actually got some bad things and good things.
Oh,
and
good.
Ah,
Juicy.
ooh, I love
I
it.
like to say it's a book about growing up innocently in the 50s and 60s, but it wasn't so innocent.
Yay.
So-
I gotta
Ooh,
get
I
it.
love that.
The Wind Blew Innocent. Go on Amazon.com, look up Donna Arp Weitzman books.
Love it.
So thank you guys.
Oh,
for
you're
being
so
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you
You've
for
been so
having
fun.
us.
See,
You
aren't
guys are
you
amazing.
sorry you waited 5 months?
Yes,
to do
I want
Yes.
to do it again right now. Like
You're
tomorrow.
gonna do it again. Oh,
so
that's
love
so
it.
good.
Do it again soon. Yeah, I think this is episode 16. I think there was a time before Chad and Steve were on the show, and there's a time after Chad and Steve
There,
were on the show.
and I don't think it's going to be the same.
It's right.
Good to see you, Zach.
Good to see you, Donna.
I love my millennial. Yay!
Yeah. Hugs across the cameras.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love it.
All right.
We'll see you.
You're listening to RMCN, the digital destination for premium talk radio.